there. Welcome to this week's episode, a very special episode of the Silverwood Show Podcast, because we're celebrating not one, but two things this episode. Maybe three things, because we're celebrating that Michael's back with us.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael. Michael Thompson's here, our assistant GM, and he was our very first guest.
On our very first episode
of the Silverwood Show
1 year ago.
Podcast. 1 year ago, you guys. It's been a year since we were set up in the conference room.
I know. Things have changed.
And now here we are in our lovely new studio, and I feel like we're a little more professional. Michael, what do you think? Have we come a long way?
This is awesome. This is really cool. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
We have come a long way.
Yeah, I don't think we can be the judge of it because we're in it every day. But Michael, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you've definitely seen a big.
No, this is awesome. This is really cool. It's awesome to see the show grow the way it has. It's really cool.
Yeah,
cool.
It really, really has. So this episode, we're going to not only celebrate a year of the podcast, but we just wrapped up our 7-day-a-week part of the season.
Correct.
So we're heading into just weekends only for the month of September, and then we're into Scarywood. So we're going to kind of do a season wrap up with everybody, talk about
for the prime season
some of the great stuff that happened over the summer. We'll say that because, summer might not technically be over, but for all the kids that went back to school this week,
it's unofficially over.
It is definitely feeling over today.
Yeah, I dropped my daughter off at school and she was feeling it, and I said, "Summer's over," and she's like, "No, it's not. We have until September 20th or whatever it is for summer." I was like, "Well, unofficially it's over because you're back to school.
Exactly.
Life goes back to normal."
And I will make note here that I was incredibly happy this morning because I got to put jeans on.
It's 100 degrees today.
But
why?
Choice. That's pretty bold.
I know. But just denim. Let's just say denim. I got to put denim on. My ugly toes are showing and my sandals.
Good thing this is a podcast.
I'm not wearing a polo. Let's say that. No offense, Michael. Michael's got his polo on. But it felt nice not to have to wash my clothes last night. Make sure that everything was, So if you are watching this on YouTube, don't mind the fact that I'm a total bum today. So we're not exactly dressed to the nines, but we're celebrating. So why don't we kick things off and start things off with the Park Pulse.
Park Pulse.
Well, we're pulsing because, let's see, we've got Grandparents' Weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
Grandparents' Weekend is this weekend, which is?
If you buy a ticket, Grandma or Grandpa gets them free.
Good job.
So, I know.
You read the promo.
I read the promo and I answered a lot of questions on social. So for everybody, I had a lot of people. I'm a young grandparent.
Yeah.
Are you going to believe me? We're not going to ask you for ID and proof of grandparenting.
I don't know how we would do that anyway.
I don't either.
So we'll trust
let's just
you.
Say, if you're a grandparent and your grandson or daughter buys a ticket, or their parents buy
or someone in the family.
Yes, exactly. We're not particular. We're just saying, Grandma, Grandpa, you get in free this weekend.
And if you have a season pass, that also allows Grandma or Grandpa in for free.
That was another question I got this morning. So that's happening Saturday and Sunday this weekend, which is what day? The 6th and 7th?
6th and 7th, yes.
6th and 7th. I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore. So
it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't.
The only thing that matters is Saturdays and Sundays.
Weekends are the only things that matters, exactly. And then we go into Community Appreciation Weekends for the rest of the season, and a portion of those proceeds going to the food banks.
Yep.
So what are the prices on tickets for that?
$45, $45? I believe. Yeah.
Come on, Jordan.
45 at the gate, 43 online.
You read the promo. Amanda
and
told you in your ear right now.
She also told me in my ear. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, producer Amanda. Yeah, that's another thing, Michael. We have producers now.
Yeah, she tells me when I'm wrong, and I look really smart because she's talking to me
and telling me.
And I can't hear her. So Jordan comes across as super smart.
Well, let's not say that it wasn't for lack of trying, because we did try to get Sarah to hear everything she was saying, but she couldn't focus on both.
As soon as I hear voices, I'm like,
she stops.
Squirrel, what? And we've got Jay behind the screen over here as well. So producer Amanda, producer
that wasn't
Jay.
here before either.
All the work.
That's a big thing. Yeah,
yes.
Cameras.
Hands up.
Remember, we had our cell phones set up on coffee mugs when you were here. Yeah, so
it was the Stone Age, but you guys have come a long way.
We've come quick. The tech age has come quick.
Yes, it really has. So anyway, Community Appreciation Weekend,
which goes through September 28th is the last day of, and then we're into Scarywood.
Scarywood, which tickets are on sale now. So go buy your tickets. They are reserved, so you have to buy them online for your reserved day. Yeah, and those are going to sell out some of those days, those Saturdays especially.
Well, and especially if you purchase them at least a day in advance. you will save $8. So do that. Might as well buy early so you don't risk selling out. We are open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays this year.
And then what about season ticket holders? Isn't there
opening weekend?
Yeah.
So the 3rd, 4th, 5th, they get to save $10. You can purchase those tickets at the gate. That's the only tickets that really get purchased at the gate. And last weekend is Heroes Weekend, so all police, military, firefighters, EMS get in free. That last weekend, November 1st and 2nd.
So many things pulsing in the park.
Well, that's not even it
because the end of the season,
because
right?
we also have a lot of parties going. I mean, I don't know, if, Michael, you want to touch in on the parties that are
tell
happening?
us about the parties.
Yeah, so this upcoming Thursday, we've got our end of season party for our cast members, Survivorwood, which is super exciting. If you've never,
Was this 3 years for
I think
Survivorwood?
this is the 3rd year of Survivorwood, where we're doing all these cool events that basically makes it feel like you're out at Survivor, but here at Silverwood themed. Kind of doing all these cool prizes, great end of the season where everyone gets to kind of come together and just have an awesome celebration for another amazing season. And then we get to do some cool challenges at the end. We're gonna try to make some fire, see how that goes.
It should be better this year.
Yeah, give away some really cool prizes and just kind of reward our team for just an amazing summer and all the hard work they did, and just kind of that. School starting, but it's like that one last thing before it really starts to kind of feel like you're heading into fall. And then the following week we have our leadership banquet, which is a really cool thing that we do here at Silverwood, where we have a weekly leadership series with our leadership here at the park and get to talk to directors and managers and even supervisors, our owner, just kind of over the course of the summer, kind of learning little, tricks of the trade, thoughts, ideas, how did you get there? Where are we trying to go? It's always a really cool thing to get to do every year. And then we get to have another party to celebrate that and get to do some cool games. I know that, what's our theme again?
It's like murder mystery.
Murder and mystery. So I definitely didn't do it. I know I'm a part
you
of
sure?
Jordan did it.
Maybe.
Look at him.
I don't
He's so
know.
guilty.
I'm involved, but I don't know if I did it or not.
You did it, which just means he did.
Let's just say the last time I was at a murder mystery party,
Yeah.
I spent all this money on a cool costume, ready to go. 5 minutes in, I'm the one that died.
Oh, nice. All right, cool.
So I became the moderator for the rest of the time,
Okay.
which was not the funnest. So
Which
I
is
hope that
another
doesn't-
reason he's the one that did it, because he's looking for redemption for the fact that he didn't get to do it last time.
the
So
only
everybody
thing-
watch out for Jordan.
The only thing I know is that I was told that I'll be given whatever I'm wearing, it's in all black. So maybe to throw everyone off, because I definitely didn't do it. But we'll see. But no, that's just a cool, at the end, then our owner, Gary's going to be a part of the dinner and kind of do a Q&A, which is
Nice.
it's always really awesome to get to be a part of that. And Heidi does a good job of interviewing him, grilling him. And we get some really cool questions from our leadership team. It's, again, just a nice, next week and a half of just kind of not necessarily saying goodbye, but just kind of, enjoying that summer, that bond that we had. Because it is a season. It's a 100-day rush, it kind of feels like. And, not everyone, people going back to college and doing some other stuff. And hopefully everyone comes back, but it doesn't always work exactly 100%. So you're enjoying the team that you had. So it's really special.
It's more of a thank you, saying thank you for everybody for all the hard work. Because it is a lot of work and it's grueling.
It's grueling.
A
It
lot
has
of long
been hot
hours
this summer. A
lot of long hours.
Yeah.
But everybody's goal is to make people have the best day ever.
And you become family over that
Exactly.
time.
Yep.
And I know that producer Jay was taking some photos of our entertainment team yesterday, and there were some tears being shed amongst
because it was their
them.
last day.
Yeah, because it was their last day, and they took some really cool photos over in the High Moon Saloon on the piano. And I guess things got a little misty-eyed over there because they do. You really get to know these people like they are family,
Yep,
and then all of a
exactly.
sudden you're back to your normal life, and things kind of just. Whoa. And we get to celebrate something tomorrow, too.
What are we
We're
celebrating?
golfing.
Oh, we're golfing.
yeah.
I forgot about golf.
Don't forget about golf. We have an annual.
What's your
I'm not
costume?
telling you, Jordan, because you copied us last year.
That is not true.
Yes, you're such a cheater. Such a cheater. So we have a full-time golf tournament that happens at the end of the year. What?
Amanda
She's not
said.
telling you.
Amanda, she just told me in my
No,
ear.
she did not.
No.
She told you last year.
Amanda said that Jay said I already know, which I don't know.
You better not
I don't
know.
know. What, are you guys dressing
Does
up?
he know?
We try to figure it out. I think we're just,
No.
it's a mystery.
Yeah.
I think all four of us are doing something different.
Yeah, great.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
how
yeah,
organized
that's what
we
we're
are.
doing, too.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the YMCA guys.
Yeah. That's exactly. Oh, spoiler.
Ooh, I like that. I like
one.
that. So for those listening, basically we kind of do themes. And so each golf team gets to pick what their theme is going to be, dress up, have a whole lot of fun. We go out, we play somewhat serious golf that's not serious.
Some people are serious.
Some people are pretty serious.
Some
Most of
people
us are
cheat.
not.
Whoa.
There's people-
Whoa, why were you looking at me?
No, Jordan's a cheater.
Oh.
I don't know why she thinks
because
that.
we were Scooby-Doo last year, and Jordan shows up with his team, and they're Scooby-Doo. And of course,
Oh, I
Jordan
forgot that you're the
always
only one
has
that can
to
have
do
an
it
idea.
better. Because you found out.
I did not.
You did too. You
I
told me you did.
promise I did not find out.
Needless to say, if I almost, if what I am shows up twice, there's only one of me.
There's zero chance what
I
we're doing
will-
is you.
I will
So,
go to,
The
I'll go to
first
war
time
for
could have
that.
been a coincidence. If it happens again, then you got
Then
a real
you
problem.
Thank you.
Then you
Thank you.
know.
That's why we have you here.
He's got like a bug at his desk. He's listening. To everybody.
Maybe.
So anyway, that's happening tomorrow, and
Yeah, we'll recap that next week to see
for sure,
who won.
for sure. Me, yeah, and we'll find out if Jordan or Michael was the murderer.
All right, time to move on to the mail train.
Okay, fine. Choo-choo.
Mail train.
All right. So, we have our loyal listeners. That was another thing I kind of wanted to touch on with it being a year. We went from no listeners to about 2,700 loyal listeners who have signed up, who listen to the show regularly, who ask us questions, who have a chance to win some money every single week and some tickets. And so we've got a few more questions this week from our loyal listeners and our normal listeners as well, who send us emails on podcast at silverwoodthemepark.com. So this one I did want to touch on because we have this week's conductor blog on the Silverwood Express blog is a story about her son Maverick's first roller coaster ride, and it's a little, you will love it.
That's
Jordan.
always our favorite part.
You need to read this one because your heartstrings are going to get tugged on. It was so good. So to Sadie McBorney and Mom What's Next Spokane, she wrote that, so go check that out. But Jeff Work wrote in and he said, when should I start taking my children on roller coasters? I have 2 girls. My oldest is 7. She loves the carnival rides, but hasn't been on a roller coaster yet. She's been begging me to take her to Silverwood. She saw an ad online and she's obsessed. I would love to take her before the summer ends. And my younger daughter is 3. She's brave, quite fearless. I just don't want to scare her and have her lose that fearlessness. Is there too young to start riding those smaller roller coasters? So Jordan, take it away.
Michael will be able to chime in on this one too. My daughter's first big roller coaster was at 4 years old.
Okay.
And it was...
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dogs" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide and key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff, it's safe-ish. It seems fine when you don't really think about it, but you know it truly doesn't work. Instead, ADT provides security solutions that keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
I don't want to say forced because she wanted to go on it, but I definitely made sure her first roller coaster was on Tremors, and we've talked about that before because of the picture.
Yeah.
It does have that 42-inch height requirement. But to lead up to that, I mean, we had taken her on some rides with drops like log flume, and then other roller coasters would be like the Crazy Coaster is probably the more intense coaster on that side.
Yeah.
So there's definitely things that you can do to lead up to what would be the big coaster.
Yeah.
But my recommendation is definitely start them young. I like starting them young.
Yeah, I think so too.
I have a 3-year-old that is tall enough to ride Timber and Tremors right now, but we decided not to do that this summer.
Okay.
So he learned, he did Tiny Toot the year before. He loves that. He kind of graduated, like you said, to Crazy Coaster. And then this year he did the log ride a few times without being scared. So like next year, I feel like age 4, that's when I rode, was when I was 4. That was Timber Tear for me. Okay. So kind of like you brought up, like I originally thought, I'll take him on Timber Tear, but getting that first roller coaster with the photo, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. And Tremors has changed a little bit with the upgrade this year and how it sits. And I think it might sit tighter for those smaller kids too.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Oh,
the way
definitely.
The restraint and the way the seat.
Yeah.
You feel more snug is what I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely more snug.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, it's definitely more intense than Timber Tear. But
they don't know that.
They don't know that. Yeah, exactly. And my daughter, even at 4, when she rode Tremors and Timber Tear, she liked Tremors better.
Yeah.
So
Was she spooked or did she like it?
I mean that first drop was a doozy for her.
tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but after we got off, she wanted to do it again. Now she's 8, and when she turned 7 last year, she rode Panic Plunge for the first time. Spin Cycle's her favorite ride right now. We do it
girl.
over and
Nice.
over and over
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Just like me.
Yeah.
Can I just put a note when I was a kid? My
Sure.
first,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't remember what my first roller coaster was, but I was here, obviously, for my first rides. I had to do Stormtrooper, y'all.
I don't know what that is.
Isn't it Stormtrooper, the one that we got rid of?
Star Wars?
No,
No.
not Stormtrooper.
No.
What is it called? The
Gosh,
one.
now we have to pay money
Trademark.
to
What is
Disney.
it? What is it?
A skydiver.
Skydiver. Whatever.
That was your. Oh man, that's a tough one.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
That was your first ride?
Absolutely terrifying. Yeah, my
Your
dad
very
and I-
first ride was skydiver? Oh my God.
I was a little girl.
Yeah.
a little girl.
You're getting squished.
Yeah.
Michael
yeah.
loves that ride.
Ah,
Is that why it's not here anymore?
no, it was a really cool, intense ride. It was like one of the first rides I ever operated.
Yeah.
It was funny. The first guest that ever rode it was my dad and my little brother.
Oh.
And just like you said, the little person gets squished on that ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do.
My little brother did not like that ride.
Yeah, neither did I. So, but yeah, so that was Jeff's question. And I think
Good
you guys
question, Jeff.
answered that perfectly. Thanks, Jeff. All right. So the Millers, this is a husband and wife team. They both asked a question and they wanted to know, A, how did Silverwood become involved with Canopy Village? And how is the community informed about our support of Canopy Village? So what I do know is that Canopy Village is very, very near and dear to the Nortons' heart. That is something that they are very, very involved in personally, on a personal level, as well as obviously
Yeah.
Silverwood's professional level. And in terms of the community being informed, I mean, gosh,
Well, I mean, we do a thing with the
train.
Coeur d'Alene Press every
Coeur d'Alene
year when we
Press,
do get
yeah.
hand over that check. I think that is the best way that it gets
Yeah.
informed, and then we also post on social media. But before every train ride, we do announce that all donations on the train go to Canopy Village.
yes.
People have to be listening to hear that. though.
Yeah, and I'll just say this. One of the things that I do love about the park and I do love about the Nortons is they're very, very, very involved in the community, but it's not a bragging right. You know what I mean? It's just something that they do. They're not doing it for the attention. They're not doing it to let the community know that they're
It's true,
doing it.
yeah.
They're doing it because it betters the community. They're kind of like a silent partner in so many things that you wouldn't even know about. And so that's what's great about it. So, I'd say the number one way we let the community know is just by announcing it there on the train and through social and just
Well, and
through
then we
support.
also have our little donation cups all over the park
Yeah.
that do have a QR code if you want to learn more, and any extra cash that you have, you can throw it in there. So
Yeah.
it's a little more difficult now
Yeah,
that we're a
yeah.
cashless park, but that is all over for people to be more informed about Canopy Village.
And I write press releases at the
Yeah,
end of
and
every season. Yeah. So
Everybody
I mean,
reads those.
Yeah, everybody reads my press releases. I know that the Coeur d'Alene Press does. So thank you, Devin Weeks. We'll
Yes.
give her a shout out for
Great.
all of her hard work with us. But great question from the Millers. And then our last question is from Angelina Stevens. And she wants to know, what's the average attendance at Silverwood each year?
So it has continued to increase, and then it hovers right around
Yeah.
725,000 people, 750,000. That includes Scarywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
okay. Which I think counts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our best year was 2021, which
Okay.
was, we actually went over 800,000 for the first time ever. We haven't hit that again, but
Post-pandemic.
post-pandemic,
Chaos, yeah.
2021,
Yeah.
we were open. Washington, Oregon were not. We had a lot of people coming over, especially in June.
Yeah.
That was a big month for us.
Definitely. And yeah, I mean, every summer that it's beautiful, obviously weather changes that. Like we had a lot of really rainy Saturdays this year.
Yeah, we had a weird weather this year.
Yeah,
we can
did.
talk about that later.
No, we'll talk
but-
about that when we get into our wrap up. But thank you, Angelina, for that question. Let's give stuff away. What do you
Yes.
think? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do your little spinny spin.
We have a winner.
Okay, I might have chosen this one before.
What?
I want to do the very last one because we did the first one.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dogs" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide and key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff, it's safe-ish. It seems fine when you don't really think about it, but you know it truly doesn't work. Instead, ADT provides security solutions that keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
And now we're doing the last one because
Okay.
it's been a year. So
Okay,
I just
gotcha.
chose the last one.
I see.
Okay, so we're going to call random number 2,566.
Okay.
I actually think it's 2,655. I think I wrote that wrong. But whatever, yeah.
We have it queued
We
up.
have a winner. Okay, let's give her or him a call.
This is Zach.
Hey, Zach, this is Sarah, Jean, Jordan, and Michael from the Silverwood Show Podcast here at Silverwood Theme Park. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are
We're
so
good.
good. Hey,
Good.
Zach, you are this week's loyal listener, and we've got a pair
Ooh.
of free Silverwood tickets for you for signing up.
Wow. Okay, great.
Yeah.
You don't have to use them this year. We know it's the end of the season.
Yeah.
But if you want to use
Okay,
them
that
this year,
was going to be my question, but
no, you can
Yeah.
use them in next year. We can make sure
can
they roll
totally
over. Don't
do
worry.
that.
excellent.
We're-
yeah, we just
we're-
went yesterday, actually.
Whoa!
Sweet.
Well,
Oh, well, then
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Well, we'll put them up for next year and let you know, hey, you can always come back. But
did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
A good Labor Day.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
We spent the entire day. We did the homeschool thing, so
Oh, fun!
yeah, it's
Great.
good.
That's
Very
great.
cool. Where do you live, Jeff? Or Zach?
It's Zach and
Why
I
is it
live
Jeff?
just
Yeah,
north of
Lindsay.
Athol.
Just
Oh,
north
I
of
live
Athol.
okay,
5
so
minutes
you're
north
local.
of
I
the
love
Super
it.
One.
Great.
Jeff was
nice.
our first mail train
Sorry,
question.
yes,
I know
you-
that was totally me.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that was
It's
Sarah's
okay.
fault.
Well, awesome. Then we definitely know that you'll be able to use them as well. So why don't we
Absolutely.
maybe, do you want to play a little game with us for your chance to win $75 in Silverwood
Let's
cash?
do it.
I love
Let's
it.
do
I
it.
love it. He's ready. Okay,
He's ready.
so we're going to do a little true or false with you. So I've got 5 true or false questions. You have a 50% chance of getting it right. Just tell me if it's true or false. Every time you
Okay.
get it right, you get $5, and we'll keep moving on even if you get it wrong. And then at the
Okay.
end, Jordan has a sound bite for you of a ride, and if you can guess what ride that is, you've got another $50 in the bank.
Oh,
Okay.
boy. All right.
You
sounds
got
good.
this. You got this, Zach.
All right, Zach, here we go. True or false? The first episode of the Silverwood Show podcast aired on September 11th, 2024.
I would say that's true.
It is.
Good job.
We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary this episode. Can you believe that?
That's cool.
Nice.
Super crazy. Okay, so we got $5 in the bank. Number 2, corkscrew goes backward during Scarywood.
My kids did it twice yesterday. I'm pretty sure it just goes forward the whole way.
Yes.
job.
Nice
So,
job.
$10.
Yes, that would be Timber Terror that goes backward during Scarywood. So you got that one right. Okay, number 3, Silverwood staff are called cast members.
Yes, true.
Correct. Yeah, he's on a
3
roll.
for 3.
He's- Yes, we got $15 in the bank. Next up, owner Gary Norton purchased this property in 1977.
I mean, I've read the history of it, but that seems a little early to me. Maybe he changed it from an airfield to I thought he purchased it in the 80s or something, but I'm gonna say maybe he owned it before that and just changed it over to Silverwood. So true.
You
Stick
should
with your
You should have went with your gut.
Go with your gut.
False.
Yes. So he actually purchased it in 1981 when it was still.
I was right.
Yeah,
You were right.
You
I
were
know you
spot
had
on.
You second guessed yourself.
I know.
And then turned it in the park after that.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
But we knew that you knew. So there's
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
Okay, number 5. Scarywood's original haunted attraction, Blood Bayou, is still operating today.
I don't have any idea. We haven't done Scarywood.
Oh.
I'll just say true.
Yes.
Good job.
All
Nice.
right.
4 out of 5 is pretty good.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
$20 in the bank. And now it's Jordan's turn.
Okay, so we have a soundbite for a ride that's either in Silverwood or Boulder Beach. I will play that here in a second, but I'm going to let you know the last 2 guesses that were incorrect so you can kind of narrow it down. So we
Okay.
had a guess of Eagle Hunt and we had a guess of Avalanche Mountain. So here comes the soundbite. Do you know what ride that is?
Oh boy.
For an extra
Man,
$50.
I should know the names of these rides better.
We can help you if you can
we can
describe
give
it.
you like, yeah.
Okay. It just sounds like somebody's going down a slide.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like someone's going down a slide. The one with the purple, the racing slide.
Riptide Racer.
Yeah, Riptide Racer.
His button's not
My
working.
button's not working. That is correct.
Ooh, 50
Man.
more bucks. You got $70 and a pair
Dude.
of Silverwood tickets. Nice work.
Yes.
Way to go.
I got it wrong.
You did. What did you think it was?
I was guessing Ricochet.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I was totally wrong.
Wrong.
So yeah, nice job, Zach.
amazing.
That's awesome. So
That's crazy.
we got $70 and a pair of tickets for you. You want to do those next year? You want to come this year?
Yeah, we'll do them for next year.
Okay,
Great.
perfect. Then I'll get a hold of you and let you know what you need to do to get a hold of me, so we can get those to you next season. But hey, you're going to be on the podcast on our 1-year anniversary, so make sure to listen. Make sure to watch on YouTube, and thank you so much for being. You are actually our last loyal listener of the 1-year mark. So
appreciate
we love
it.
it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Zach.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Awesome. We'll see you
Have
soon.
a good one. Bye.
Okay, you too.
And what?
He picked up on the first ring. I love that.
that was
He was
impressive.
ready.
Yeah, he was ready. It's like he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've never had that.
No. So yeah.
So thank you.
Thank
Zach.
you, Zach, not
Zach,
Jeff.
not
but
Jeff.
Jeff was our first male train.
Well,
I
that was your
know.
fault.
I get confused. I'm getting old, Jordan.
Okay.
The brain just ain't working
I'm
the
not
way that
gonna
it
go
used
there.
to.
We're
Names
not
are
gonna go there.
difficult. Okay, I didn't just give you a paper cut, did I? I'm sorry.
Ow!
Oh, stop it. Okay. Says the guy who was blowing up balloons in my cubicle yesterday.
Moving on. Let's get going.
All right. Let's move on to the big drop.
The Big Drop.
All right. What do you say we do a little wrap up of
Let's wrap it up.
of our 7-day-a-week season? Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Let's just wrap up the last year.
Yeah. All together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are our successes? What would you say our biggest successes were since September of last year to September this year?
Okay.
What's
ahead,
that
success.
noise? Do you guys hear the noise? Okay. Thank
Is
you.
it gone now?
Yeah.
Sorry. That was.
You're trying to make me think I'm crazy.
No,
and
that
old,
was
aren't
Amanda's
you?
mic. I hear that one all the time, so it's not. It's normal to me. But
So confused.
Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, successes. Do you just want to go one by one?
Yeah. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, I think our off season I thought was a success. A lot of the stuff that we were trying to achieve with our projects, just kind of figuring out how we can get organized in a way that we can get everything we want to get done. I thought we kind of got everything, a lot of those checks or those boxes checked off, which was really exciting. And then kind of the big thing for us on the operations side was getting Tremors ready to go for the new season. And then not just getting it ready, but then us learning how to operate it in a safe and efficient, in a fun way for the guests. And honestly, for us in the ride side, I thought that was a massive success.
Huge.
Definitely had our challenges and stuff of learning what it's like with 2 trains going at the same time. But I don't know if you guys have been out in the park, but you rarely ever saw that ride busy. And that used to be one of our busiest, longest wait time rides. And we literally cut the line, not even in half, more than that.
on our busiest days, what was the length of that line?
I don't think we ever got to the point where we maybe 1 or 2 days
Where we
of the
queued it?
season where we had to do a legitimate queue.
Wow.
It struggled to even get around that corner
Yeah.
as it kind of came outside. So everyone was in the shade as they're getting ready to go ride and stuff. And our operators did such an amazing job. If you ever had a chance to watch them, there was no slowing down. There was no wait time. They were going and still having good customer service and stuff. And it was a hard work. When they got their break, you could tell they were ready to sit down and enjoy their food and take their break because it just was a nonstop, kind of like Stunt Pilot is, but this was even more so. And that was a really awesome experience. And then from an aquatic side, we had one of our best years we've ever had. We got 3 audits through our program that we run with this Jeff Ellis and Associates, with all of our certification for our lifeguards, making sure we're doing things safely in the right way. And we had 3 exceeds, which is really good score. That's getting an A. And then we had our first ever perfect score, which was really cool.
That was exciting.
We had a really cool celebration and party for all of our exceeds. And then we did, an even bigger party for our perfect score. And so that was really awesome. For shout out to our guards for what they did all summer long. I know that their time ended yesterday, whereas, our ride operators will keep going through the weekends in Scarywood and stuff. But on an operations side, I thought it was a really really cool experience to have the season that we had. Kind of, it wasn't a new ride, but it felt like a new ride at the same time. And so there was kind of that rush and the energy of like trying to learn that. And I think those were just really cool successes for us on the operational side.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Go ahead.
I mean, I got to piggyback the Tremors thing. And I think mostly because, especially because, and Michael, you saw me out there. I got to go out there on the very first day and actually open the gate to let everybody in. And just to be in the midst of that excitement and so many of these like diehard Tremors fans that showed up and wanted to ride it. And just, I mean, you're not supposed to run in the park, but I mean, just to see people like running towards Tremors. Yeah, it was insane. And then just to be able to get them amped up and have them cheering and then stand on the other side and watch these folks exit the ride and to see those smiles and to see that excitement and to hear the kids say, let's go again, let's go again. And then by the end of the season, having so many kids, you know, Quinn's age, that were like, I rode it 800 times this season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like that would have never happened before. And so I feel like that brought a lot of nostalgia to young and old. And so it was just a really neat experience to be able to be a part of that. And from a marketing standpoint, it was so much fun. It was fun. So much fun to do the seismic upgrade and Tremors Unleashed. And so it was definitely, that was probably my highlight for sure.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, I think Jordan, you as well, we've been fortunate enough to be around for a few new rides, you know, or retheming and stuff. I think this is kind of more the unique thing. And I think I literally went the entire summer without hearing anyone say anything bad about the Tremors upgrade.
No, totally.
And that
Not at
was veterans. Like you and I have been riding that since the 90s. And then there's, you know, like, you know, your daughter just riding this for the first time in, you know, the kind of new era and stuff. And like,
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dogs" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide and key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff, it's safe-ish. It seems fine when you don't really think about it, but you know it truly doesn't work. Instead, ADT provides security solutions that keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, you know, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Everyone loved it, whether it was their first time riding it or it's like, oh, let's compare it to the old time. Like it was an amazing attraction, and it's fast, it's smooth, but you don't lose the wooden coaster feel at the same time. And then the theming was awesome with what you guys did and stuff, and just it was really cool that day specifically. I remember Gary was there and Paul, our COO, and Justin, our GM. Like we would just be asking people, hey, would you like it? Loved it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was so cool. That was fast. That was scary. That was awesome. Like it was like, cool. You're kind of waiting to hear something bad, and it never happened. Which was
even
awesome.
and we all know how negative Facebook can be. There haven't even been any like negative comments on
truly,
Facebook.
though.
You know, people just really love it, and they're still commenting on the videos. And
I think there's
you
the
know.
nostalgia factor of what it was like in 99. Because I think that's kind of what this did, was brought it back to its glory day of opening 99, where it doesn't have the extreme jerkiness that has developed over the years, just how a natural coaster does. And so to see all those comments, to see like those who rode it opening year saying like it's even better than that, that's really cool. So
and
it's
to get
definitely
to
a
ride
success.
it 8 times in a row, wearing makeup, tying ties, juggling, eating
And
ice
to
cream.
win,
and
that was a huge
I won,
success
Jordan.
for me.
No, I won. I totally won. But let's just say I had a lot of fun on Tremors too.
Yes.
So I have a personal connection now.
Okay.
But I should bring up Corkscrew as well.
Corkscrew, go ahead.
Because that was, I mean, again, from
Are
kind
these
of
successes or these memories?
No, these are successes.
Okay,
Because I
'cause it
really
sounds
do
like a
feel
memory.
like that commercial and from a marketing standpoint, again, that whole ad that we did for Corkscrew, telling the story about, I mean, I cried.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to producer Jay over here for coming up with the coolest concept and putting it all together, because I cried over a roller coaster. It gave that roller. I know I cry over a lot of things.
Really?
I know, but it gave Corkscrew life for someone like me who has only been here for a year and a half now. You know what I mean? And so it really did. It made it a real tangible thing with emotions, and it really brings you back for the people like me that might not have known the history of that coaster. And so it was so fun having that 50th birthday and having
that was fun.
everybody show up, and to have people that ran it or rode it. From Knott's and from you know, when it opened here. So it was a really, really neat experience, and I would say that was a huge success too.
Okay.
So
you touched on all like the marketing side. So I'll go entertainment. From a review standpoint, the train ride was the best reviewed train we've had ever.
Could it have been because of Dynamite Dan?
No, it definitely wasn't because of Dynamite Dan because I barely was in it. But I was in it yesterday, which was really fun.
Yes.
So that's always fun to see. And our performers this year were just amazing. So we had a great group, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
Going back to the marketing side, and kind of touching on Tremors, kind of wrapping this whole thing up, is we do send out surveys, and we get a lot of survey feedback coming back. One thing that we really were hoping that this Tremors upgrade would do for us was increase how people value tickets or see value in tickets. And that was an overwhelming success.
That's awesome.
So it was like 10% higher. People saw their admission as more favorable because of really what I think is because Tremors line was moving fast. They were able to do more things and all that. So we definitely pay close attention to that. We want people to feel the value out here. And I think Tremors definitely helped with that.
Yeah, 100%. So for those of you who ask about that survey, we really do look into that and we really do pay attention so that we can adjust things accordingly to make your experience here that much better.
And that's how I also judge entertainment and see it's successful, because if people rate it positive at all, then it's successful. And so we want to make sure that we're watching that closely.
And I do have to say, Jordan, your entertainment team this season
it was great.
It
was fun.
Amazing. And they kept those smiles on their faces and they kept those characters throughout the whole entire season. And their singing voices, I mean, hello, engineers. I mean, I watched some really incredible moments with them surprising, or just seeing little girls looking up at them like, Ranger Rosie or an engineer.
Yeah.
It just... a lot of memories were made there for sure. So great job to the entertainment team.
Okay.
Shout out to them.
Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah.
How about challenges?
Challenges.
Let's start with you, Sarah.
Biggest challenge, I think, for me personally this season, there was a lot of negativity. And not just Silverwood. It really wasn't so much directed at Silverwood, but based upon the things that are happening in our world, a lot of people are very stressed out. And sometimes what's available to them can become a punching bag. And so being in public relations and dealing with reviews and dealing with helping out the guests in that manner, there was a lot more, people are going through it right now. And so I think in terms of a challenge, it was one of those things, constantly having to remind myself that it wasn't me, it wasn't us, it was just whatever's going on in their life, sometimes being projected onto what was readily available. And a lot of times that's social media, unfortunately. And so, the world's been through it over the course of the last year. We've seen a lot of tough times for a lot of tough people. And ultimately, it becomes one of these things where we're a theme park, and at least we get to provide something that can bring them joy. Once they get through those gates and they can forget about all those hardships and forget about all of that and be here and create those amazing memories, they're going to last a lifetime. So it was just maneuvering that and trying to translate things to people in a way that would help them to realize, that happiness is just on the other side of those gates and through that tunnel, Yeah,
so. I think that's something I was going to also touch on, but I'll do something a little different.
Okay.
I think this year, the weather was difficult for us. Yeah. Like we had, either it was like 94 or 74. There wasn't a lot in between. And when there was in between, we saw good attendance, but it was those polar opposites. And then Saturdays, weekends, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, Michael was MOD during a huge rainstorm. I was a backup. And so that was also a challenge. And we had lightning come and just turn and come over top of us. And so people, I mean, we can't control the weather, obviously. Yeah. But also people come out here to have a great time. And it's a bummer for us when we see that we have to, for safety reasons, temporarily shut down things because and kind of interrupt their day. And so that's always a challenge. And just seeing that is a bummer for us. And we do what we can, and we got it open. I think
it was fast. Yeah, did a good job.
Unfortunately, we can't
kept trying to push
the weather. We can't do much about the weather.
Yeah.
So I think that was a challenge, and especially coming through July and August.
Yeah, I will say though, watching the staff and how seamless those operations again, and this is why the training and everything is amazing. When you get to see those cast members out there, they know what to do, and it's great to watch them in those situations that aren't a day-to-day thing that usually only happen maybe once in a season, and how great of a job that they do at making sure that everybody understands what's going on and I was really proud of everybody.
Well, I think that
yeah.
kind of piggies back on something I wanted to talk about with success was just our staffing this year and hiring.
Yeah.
We didn't have to advertise that much, and I think there's a lot of people that are seeing, working
value.
at Silverwood as a really fun job, and so I think that's a success, and to be able to not say like we just had turnover after turnover after turnover.
Yeah.
We were able to sustain
Yeah.
kind of our numbers throughout the season, and even Scarywood right now is showing that with full auditions coming in.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, exactly. The staffing was so nice, like just to see that all come in and be like, oh my gosh, we can provide a great experience for the guests. We can also provide a great experience for our cast members because we have so many, and we can be flexible with their schedule and oh, hey, can I get off a little bit early to go do this? Yeah, we can figure out our ways around that the best that we can and stuff. And like to be able to have that, like not be like, no, I'm so sorry, I need you here. Like to make that work. Like it's nice to not have to go back to that. Challenges, I feel like every year you have your typical challenges, depending on what apartment you're in, that are kind of like your normal ones. Again, even though staffing was great, there were still certain days we had to figure it out and stuff. Then, there's other challenges like you kind of acknowledged and stuff. Like there's more unique challenges this year that some of our departments haven't faced before. And I thought that they did an absolutely amazing job handling those things. Like, for an example, figuring out how to operate a ride differently than, oh, well, this is how I've always operated. Cool. Well, now there's a new train or, new food buildings, like new things that we're selling. Okay, well, how do we do this? How do we do that? Like all across the board, revenue, operations, even custodial. We had a whole new cleaning setup. We used different cleaning supplies this year. And so like figuring out how to do that was a lot of work and a lot of coordination between multiple departments to make sure that worked out. And like, again, you have your normal stuff, which is just kind of part of the rush, but there's also a few unique things that put some of our frontline, our leadership, our management level in some unique positions. And I thought everyone rose to the challenge and did an amazing
100%.
job. And again, like you said, just the weather was just so unique and so weird. Like you said, we only had, I think, 1 or 2 days where we had to shut down a little bit for lightning. Yeah. But it wasn't even a lightning issue, which I know we've had in years past. It just was too cold or too hot. And that's not just the guests. That's also our cast members making sure that they're warm or that they're not, too hot and they're staying comfortable and stuff. And so I think that was kind of the big thing for us.
Yeah.
Well, and we dealt with forecast. Forecast was kind of the big thing was like, it would be forecasted for a week of rain. Then the day comes and it's like not. And so people go off of that forecast and everybody has it on their phone. And we have to kind of handle that accordingly.
Well, and then we have this wildfire, that actually didn't affect us in any way, shape, or form. But to someone who maybe is not from the area and they see that in the news and there's this 3,000 something acre wildfire burning in the same town that Silverwood is in, and they think, oh, either A, it's going to be smoky, or are we going to have to get evacuated? And when in reality it was, 10 miles north of us and the wind was blowing it north. And so we really didn't see any effect from it. But that was one of the number one questions I've gotten over the last month.
Yeah. And that fire didn't impact our park, but it definitely impacted some of our cast members and teammates. Like I know people in the park that literally had to evacuate their homes, figure out where they're going to live. And then they came back to work the next day, which kind of just talks about the kind of people that we have out here that like, they don't even know where they're sleeping tonight because they're trying to make sure everyone's safe and everything's okay and all their possessions and loved ones are all taken care of while they're coming out to work the same day to make sure our guests are having a great time. Like that just speaks a lot to the type of people that we have out here.
100%. Like I don't have my own personal team, but it was like if I had Spark cards in my back pocket, the amount of Spark cards that I would have given out would have been, I would have ran out 100% because I was so impressed by so many. So yeah, so great job. Big shout out to the cast and crew for all the hard work they put in this season because it did not go unnoticed.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Here's to hoping you guys get to celebrate a little bit on
We
Survivorwood.
will.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. So what's next?
Favorite memory?
Favorite memory. You have to start this
I'll start
time.
this one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of favorite memories from this year. There's always a lot of memories from the season. I think having Kelly and Jose out twice
so fun.
to ride the rides with King 5 over there in Seattle and for them to experience the park for the first time was a really great memory.
Very special.
That I had, and they're going to be coming out for Scarywood too, which is going to be really fun.
Really fun. Yeah. And just drop that episode. We've got a great episode with them. So if you guys are wondering who we're talking about, it's one of our funnest episodes for sure.
Yeah, they're with Local Lens Seattle, a YouTube series. So you can go and watch that, and they give a lot of tips and tricks on enjoying the park.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that memory. I like that memory. Michael, what's your?
I would say like in the park, I would say just again the Tremors was a success, being really cool, and then just seeing how many people loved that, and whether that was like that nostalgia or something new. And then I would also say just again with like.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dogs" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide and key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff, it's safe-ish. It seems fine when you don't really think about it, but you know it truly doesn't work. Instead, ADT provides security solutions that keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
I think our guests were given a really great show this year. Yeah. And I think like the staffing, I don't think people quite understand like how nice that is, how much of a stress release that can be when we're able to like have everything fully staffed and give the guests what we want and what they deserve. And I thought that was awesome. Yeah. Like behind closed doors, like we had a lot of new leadership this year and new managers, new supervisors, new leads. And I was stunned with how amazing they were this year. Yeah. Each of them all had their own unique challenges they had to do, whether it was taking over for someone that had been here for a while or doing something completely new. Yeah. And there's too many of them to name, but like they all did such an amazing job this year that I feel super excited about going into Scarywood, super excited about going into next year because I feel like we just have such an awesome rock star leadership team. Yeah. And also a shout out to our frontline. I thought they did a really good job this year, and we hope to have every single one of them come back next year.
Yeah, and that says a lot too, because the more that they keep coming back, that's when our staffing continues to be. Yeah, so yeah, great job to everybody there. But gosh, I mean, my number one best memory was when you said, "No, we're not going to hit however many loyal listeners it was."
Oh,
and
I didn't think you were going to say that.
My favorite memory was proving you wrong.
Yeah,
proving Jordan wrong.
No,
the podcast is my number one favorite memory because watching this evolve and watching this grow has been, I mean, for
favorite episode is what?
Favorite one?
Well,
Boulder Beach was so much fun. Our last episode was by far my favorite because I finally got to go, have a bestie day with Jordan, which was awesome. And we had so much fun. But, just for those who might not know my background, I was 20 years in radio prior to working at Silverwood. And so from being a radio personality who did podcasts, on the side, to coming here and actually doing my dream podcast in my dream studio with my dream co-host. Like, this has been such
dream co-host.
Oh, dude, totally.
That is high praise.
I mean, I still want to kick you in the shins most of the time, but don't get me wrong. Like, you could not ask for a better, I've seen a lot of morning shows and let's just say we're kind of awesome. So it's been a really, really fun thing for me. And so now to be a year into this and to be on our 37th episode and still watching, I mean, it's been a gradual climb, but we're climbing nonetheless. And that's all that matters. It's never linear per se, but I think we're doing a great job. And so that's my number one. My number two, and I can't say names, but we had a very special guest come in that was kind of A-lister, and it was awesome because I got to bond with her, not so much even just her, but her twins, and to get to experience her on a level that was very normal and to just be a part of that family for a weekend and get to show them around the park and to see them feel for the first time in a really long time like they could experience a normalcy in a weekend. And shout out to Michael for coming through and really helping us out in that. It was wonderful. And they were so happy, and they were up on the, what are those called, paratrooper? And they screamed down, "We're coming back every summer." And so, and I believe that. I really, really do. And so to know that we can kind of help people from all aspects was really cool. They wanted to feel normal versus feel special. And that's what was really, really neat about that. But the kiddos just stole my heart. And that was by far one of my favorite memories of the whole entire summer. So, yeah.
I did remember one more.
What?
I had another one. I was like, I couldn't think of it in the time. The opening show for the David Da Vinci Magic Show,
Jaws.
was so much energy in the room. And it was just so much fun to watch that show. Yeah. And so I will always remember that.
I will remember the three of us all standing there, and I looked from face to face, and I'm not kidding you, we were all picking our jaws up off the floor because it was like, did he just do that?
Yeah, it was
Did
really
he just
cool.
do that? Is this crowd really like it? It was mind blowing.
Yeah.
So, and then to see Parrot FX grow to how it has, and all the hard work. And there's a shout out too to every single one of those techs that's working in the TOI.
100%.
They have just really been able to adjust their sails and just really come through, and long days, long nights,
Great team
and
in there.
new
Yes.
shows, and they just really proved that they can do anything at all. So shout out to the entertainment behind the scenes crew there.
We have 2 more that we're going to
Okay.
do, and so we're going to have to make these a little
Okay,
faster.
okay.
What we've learned, we kind of touched on this,
We did,
but
yeah.
Michael, what did you learn?
did you
What was the
learn?
biggest thing you learned this year?
Yeah, I think I kind of already nailed it, but like I think I would just learn that we have such an amazing leadership team out here, and the future's super bright with these people that we have out here making this such a fun place. And then I also just kind of learned like it's really cool what can be accomplished when multiple departments come together and work together, and how much it benefits the park and how much it benefits the guests, and just so many different things that we've seen. Too many to name, but there's just so many like cool opportunities where I feel like our park's getting really connected as a group to get all of these objectives and things done behind the scenes. So that way it shows in an amazing way in the park for our guests. So they have a great time. And again, I just thought it was just a really great year, and just what can we take from it for next year is really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
I learned, let's see. Well, first I learned what hawking was. I honestly, this is actually a really fun memory for me too, because I learned a lot from it, just solely from getting to go out and to help with the parking and to help people take money, do all that stuff, and to get to experience another side of the park. I mean, I'm up in the office a lot, or I'm in the podcast studio, or, taking photos or doing so many things. And so to actually kind of be put out there where I was having to run back and forth and truly like get immersed in the chaos, I had a lot of fun, first of all, but it also helped me find a new appreciation, I think, for a lot of our seasonal cast members who go out there and really just like, they're working. They are working. So yeah, if you see a cast member who looks tired at the end of the day, they're tired for a reason.
Yeah.
I only did that for an hour, and I felt like I ran a marathon. I was sore the next day. It was like, wow. Okay. So I think I learned just to kind of look at everybody on a level where, like, again, everybody's going through something. So if someone's having a rough day, just be kind.
And I think that's the thing with cast and probably anywhere really, is you aren't the first person this person has told the same thing, has interacted with. And so trying to bring that same energy to every person that steps in front of you is not always going to be consistent, right? And so we want it to be but you'd have to be a robot to have that happen.
And we're not AI. We don't want to be.
We don't want to be AI. No.
So, yeah.
What did I learn? I think this year obviously presented some challenges that we have talked about. And I think being able to adjust quickly and a lot was something that we just had to do. And and when you have a good team around you that is able to also quickly adjust to things and then maybe quickly adjust back to things, it actually bonds you closer because you're going through the same thing and everybody's going through the same thing. And so I think that's always going to be a learning curve. I don't think anybody really. Change is always going to be a more difficult thing. So some people adapt better than others, but constant change is kind of what happens, especially with this small season that you have to make the most out of. And now we're heading into Scarywood. That would be my thing.
And just can I just quickly say too, you kind of learn, and I've learned too about this staff over this last year, is if somebody can only give 20% that day, that everybody is going to adjust. You know what I mean? There's always 100% given here. And that's what's absolutely amazing is there's such a great foundation. It's just, there's even the little cracks, it doesn't matter. It's never gonna crumble. And that's really, really neat. And you don't see that in a lot of places. For sure. And I can tell you in 20 years in radio, all it took was one crack and everything fell apart. So to be a part of such a really cool family, I learned a lot what it's like to work for a true family owned and operated, get that first year under the belt. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So.
Last one. Here we go. What are we looking forward to in 2026, or even in more near range would be Scarywood?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Scarywood. I'm not sure how much you guys have talked about it, but
Yeah,
I know
we've talked about
some new, bigger, badder stuff coming for Scarywood. And right now, what I'm kind of doing is trying to help Jordan with, getting him an army, a team set up to, along with our maintenance and facilities crew, to kind of make the magic come alive and make it special. And on these weekdays when we're not open, we're getting everything ready for Scarywood, and it's so cool. I know people don't get to see it, but it's so cool to watch it all come together over a month and stuff. And maybe one of those years we can show some of those behind the scenes stuff of all the magic that kind of goes into it. And what starts out as just some cardboard on a runway turns into an amazing haunt that a month and a half later, you're seeing 1,000 people go through screaming their heads off about. And it's just really cool to see that. And then kind of like one eye on today, one eye on tomorrow, we're looking at what, projects are coming up. What do we want to do? What do we want to be next year? What's something that we want to clean up to make nicer? What's something fun we want to add? Like, there's so much that's on the table, and what all gets approved and pushed back for the future, I don't know, but it's kind of building all that up and getting it ready for the winter and stuff. As there is no dead time. Yeah. There's the time where the guests aren't here. That's just because we're getting it ready for the next season to bring them back. And so for me, I've kind of learned over the last couple of years, like, there is no slow down time. It's just a different style of getting everything ready and stuff. But I know a lot of stuff that we've talked about and that's being discussed is really, really exciting stuff. Can't talk about it. Like, super excited.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. And I'm just excited to see what this park continues to grow and look like over the next few months and years, while also maintaining like its culture and its charm about it that makes it so special and so unique.
Yeah. I like that.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Scarywood.
Yeah, I know.
Fruity Pebbles has been waiting for me. She has just been tucked away in my closet, that alter ego, and she is ready to attack and say, boop.
What happened? So scary.
I know. But
what happened yesterday in your office?
Oh, Jordan, you and your balloons, whatever they were, the balloons that we were talking about. Yes. So Jordan, he comes over into my little corner and he's got 2 red balloons, which red balloons are terrifying anyway. From someone who used to be afraid of clowns and now is a clown. But that red balloon symbolizes just everything scary.
Yes.
And he puts these 2 red balloons on my desk. And I'm like, I know what's going to happen, but is it going to happen? But when's it going to happen? And what's going to happen? And so these balloons are just sitting there, and all of a sudden, boom, boom. And Jordan's just giddy, and he's so excited. And
it's awesome.
And
it's
they
really
are
cool.
really, really cool. I'm not going to lie. So, just things like that coming together. And got some fun stuff. I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but in the Theater of Illusion that's going to be happening during Scarywood. And just, getting to be a part of getting the ads ready. We were doing our commercial shoots and getting to have our zombie and our clown. And can I just shout out, if you guys missed our what is Keith's clown name?
Flip Flop.
Flip Flop. So if you guys missed Flip Flop's
throwing out the first pitch,
really, throwing out the first pitch of the Spokane Indians, you can find that on our Instagram.
It's
you are going to die.
Magical.
It is the greatest thing I've ever seen, and that poor catcher,
he
had no idea what was coming. So if you want to see an embarrassing moment for the catcher of the Spokane Indians, you got to check that out. But,
did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you'll have to show you.
Gosh,
it's funny.
You have
it's
to
funny.
see it. So just that preview of what's to come, and I love Scarywood, so that's my first thing that I'm looking forward to. But then, I've got my first full season under my belt. I've got a half a season under my belt, and now to be able to go in just fully knowledgeable of the first 6 months, the last 6 months, and really just, I've got so many read to ride, so many changes that I want to see kind of happen, and it was so much smoother this year. There's another success than it was the previous year, and so to see how things have kind of, what direction we need to go. So that's what I'm excited about, is just to see joy and happiness.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm definitely looking forward to Scarywood as these haunts start to come together out on the runway. They look really, really cool. So just continue to tweak that, and we'll continue to get to training and all that stuff. So all that's kind of coming together. But in 2026, I think there's a lot, like you said, that's on the table that could be coming. I think the one thing I really enjoy doing is, once the season closes, is going through all the details of the surveys and all that stuff and say, okay, where can we improve? What can we do to make this a better experience for everybody? Yeah. And so that kind of happens in this November, December timeframe. But we've started early with some of these ideas, and as that evolves and goes through the approval process, then we'll go into like the real fun stuff, which is like the creation.
Yes, the
of
creativity
it all.
is the best part.
So I mean, we learned a lot this year, and we want to bring that forward to 2026. I wish I could say a lot more, but like I said, that'll be coming for a future episode once we get everything approved.
Wait, are we starting season 2 after this?
Season 2 starts after this.
I just got goosebumps again. Don't make fun of me. I know I always get goosebumps and get a little lumpy in my throat. But
tell me when you don't have goosebumps. That's when the shocker is.
I can't help it that I'm excited about everything. So
yes,
I mean, how could you not be? We get to work at a theme park for a living, you guys. This is the most exciting thing in the world. So if you don't have goosebumps every day, you're doing it wrong, right? So thank you to everybody, too, that came out this season. A huge thank you. We're going to wrap things up, So make sure to sign up to be a loyal listener for Season 2. We could be calling you with your chance to win a pair of tickets and up to $75 in Silverwood cash. You can do that at silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast. Thanks for coming out for 2025. We still got 4 weekends left. Then at Scarywood, get your tickets, and we will see you soon. And that's a wrap on this week's ride.
That wasn't even that scary.
Thanks for tuning in to the Silverwood Show. If you had a blast, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the fun with your fellow thrill seekers. Got a question, story, or suggestion? Send it our way to podcast@silverwoodthemepark.com for a chance to be featured in our Mail Train segment. Until next time, keep your hands and feet inside the podcast and stay thrilling.
Let's go again.
Silverwood, come join